Hi.
It's lovely to meet you all. I'm so excited to talk about this film because Pillion is probably now one of my all-time favourites. I'm not just saying that because I'm sat in front of you. It was just a brilliant film.
Thank you.
Why does the world need a gay, horny biker film right now? Why do we deserve it?
I think when you ask the question, you have the answer right. It just sounds like it's going to solve all the world's problems when you say it like that. A horny gay biker film.
Yeah.
But do we deserve it? That's a good question. I don't know if the world deserves it.
Oh,
The world's been naughty.
that's tough.
Yeah.
The world's been naughty, but not in the fun way.
Not in the fun way,
in
no.
a sad way, yeah. I think the world needs it.
Yeah, I love my sad gay film to do, but I want to see some leather and sex every now and again. Before I saw this film, what I had to go off was the still of you two after your Primark appointment. There was no trailer yet.
Yeah.
So I expected some kind of sub-dom dynamic, obviously, but I didn't expect to feel sad, happy, jealous, confused. So many emotions that one person can feel in 107 minutes. So was that the same for all of you, like from writing and directing to starring in it?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the like approach to writing, I'm always kind of drawn to story which is quite hard to pin down in terms of the like emotion, which doesn't necessarily flag to an audience that you're going on this journey and you're going to feel this at this point and this at this point. And I think when you hear the words BDSM and film, historically it's kind of either treated through like real irony or through a kind of like stark, quite cold realism. And I like the idea of combining like the warmth of syrupy romance with the hardcore sex of
my
real
browser
kink.
history.
Yeah. So that tonal kind of shifting sands was always there in the writing.
Yeah, I think that's when I first read the script, what was so exciting was the tonal shifts. You think you're in one movie, but then it sort of undercuts into something else. Something quite warm and fuzzy is then like smashed by some kind of quite audacious moment. And I found that journey, never quite knowing what the film is or where the film's going, really exciting.
I just really needed a job. So I was thrilled when I was offered something.
Yeah. I like the honesty. Harry, your performance is absolutely incredible. This is a very different take on a queer coming-of-age story. So what do you hope queer viewers, no matter what tribe they come from, what do you hope they take away from Pillion?
Gosh, well, it was very important for me, certainly with, I spent a lot of time with the GBMCC, which is the Gay Bikers Motorcycle Club. And they're just an extraordinary bunch of people. And so I very much felt that Colin's story was in some way for them, about them. And certainly his journey going from inexperience, for wanting something desperately, into sort of knowing what he wants, into feeling experienced, felt like a really important story to tell. And I just wanted to try and get it as honest as I could, really. So they were instrumental in helping me understand what it meant to be a gay biker.
Alexander, Ray is scary, he's vulnerable, he's a lot of fun. You've played dominant and rather enigmatic characters before. You're very good at it. What went into making this, leather-clad daddy feel human and not like one-dimensional?
Well, that was the challenge. I think that it intrigued me because when you first meet Ray, I suppose to Colin, who's trying to figure out what he wants out of a relationship, Ray's so assertive and confident and knows exactly what he wants, and it was about trying to avoid playing the same notes for 100 minutes, but to find. I love that you don't really learn anything about it. There's never a point where Ray has a little monologue about his backstory, or he opens up to Colin about his family situation or his childhood, or I love that Harry avoided that when writing the screenplay. That he's enigmatic throughout the film, but still you want to find little moments of, if not vulnerability, at least like a possibility for a connection, or he maybe lowers his guard for a second, and there's a real connection, or maybe there's almost a real connection, but then he pulls back, and it was just such a thrill to explore that with both these guys on set. We didn't talk much about it in prep. We only met 2 days before we started shooting the film, and had rehearsing the wrestling scene. Actually, was the first time we met, and had no prior conversations about the relationship. So it was thrilling to kind of turn on the camera and then to discover this, playing with the dynamic between the two characters, and again finding moments where it's a great feeling when you're shooting and you're surprised. You come to set in the morning and you think that the scene's going to go in a specific direction, and then something happens in the moment when, if you work with an actor they have a lot of fun with, and there's like a real energy, chemistry going on. Because then suddenly something Harry does will trigger something in me, and we'll go in a different direction, and that is, it might be terrible and might end up on the cutting room floor, but it's really fun and to kind of play with those things and be like, wow, I didn't expect it to go in this direction, and again finding the balance between the drama, the intensity, the sensuality, but also the comedy was really exciting to shoot. We did takes that was slapstick comedy where we really leaned in, but knowing that, like, well, now we have that in the can, and then Harry can cut it out if it's too broad, and then but to have a possibility to kind of in editing, then Harry can play around with that amalgamation, because it's such a nice mixture in the screenplay of sincerity and earnestness, but also like raunchy comedy, and it's just like it was fun to kind of go really broad at times when we were shooting it.
I'm so sorry to make this comparison, but throughout the whole film, I was thinking, this is giving Eric Northman from True Blood, pansexual vampire leader in leather. Did you guys make that comparison at all? I was like, this is what would have happened if Eric had his own film. If that dream sequence with Ryan Quanten, which goes viral every now and again, that's what a feature film would look like. Am I being delusional?
I don't think you are.
I
There were definitely
haven't
moments.
seen it.
You don't.
No, bad gay.
Well, thank you.
I will now. After that.
I'm not sure if it's just my Twitter feed, but it goes viral in my Twitter feed.
No, but there were definitely moments when we were shooting intimate scenes where I wanted to lean in and bite your neck.
Okay. Right, you are speaking with gay times, all right? So just we have to talk more sex. You've all said there's a raunchier version of this film that exists, and I can't believe that is true, because when I was watching that forest scene, I was like, bloody hell. It was one of the most explicit things I've ever seen. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
you're welcome.
Is there any scene you can tell me about that did not make the film that you particularly liked?
I can tell you about a shot I liked.
Okay.
I think it's a slight misinformation, but that there's a much raunchier cut.
Okay.
There's just certain shots were taken out, and one shot which was taken out was a close-up of Ray's bell end with the piercing, the Prince Albert through it, and there was a shot of that in the alley scene where he unzips, pulls out his penis, and there was like a close-up of that bell end, but it was a great shot. It was a really cool shot, and I wanted to see it on like a 30-foot screen. I like the idea of it, but
It's like leather zipper,
Yeah.
and then you just like, and the sound. It's a great shot.
it was hot, but it was too comedic. You want that moment in
Was
the
it
film
fucking
to be.
Can you send it to me? Thank you all so much for chatting with me today. I can't wait to take my mum. That's not even a lie.
I took my dad. He loved
Did
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.